You ever go to McDonald's and order like a McDouble with cheese, and you go over there, you get your burger, you get your fries, you get your drink, and whatever else you ordered, and then by the time you get home, you check the burger, realize they didn't give you any cheese. Now, imagine this same burger as your highly anticipated video game, and the cheese is that, I don't know, awesome character, that game-changing feature, or just anything that you really wanted to see in this game, whether it be graphics or anything like that. And, they didn't give you your cheese. Now, some people will just sit and cry. But when big corporations don't provide, some people just provide for themselves. Now, I'm Tylen Thomas, and today I wanted to take you guys down a road, a very wonderful, interesting, and darn near inspirational road of the video game modding community. Now, this video has been in the works for weeks. From researching to testing to eventually getting footage was quite the ordeal. So I truly hope you guys enjoy it, and hit that subscribe button and notification bell if you'd like to see more content like this. But anyway, let's talk about modding. Now, modding and hacking are two separate entities in the world of gaming. I mean, normally when people think of hacking, the first thing they think of, is the whole classic movie song and dance, with the whole, you got your classic nerd, in the background with the truck, and getting with the keyboard and everything, like, ooh. That whole thing. But we aren't talking about that kind of hacking today. Usually a hack in gaming refers to things like cheat codes or debug menus, like things that are used to get through your gaming experience a lot quicker, things to make it a lot easier, things like infinite money, infinite lives, just a higher score, things like that. While modding refers to the act of modifying a piece of software or hardware to perform a function that is not originally intended by the designer. Like, mods can be as simple as character cosmetics, to completely new levels or events that are entirely fan-made. Mods can be, like, just simple reskins to whole new original content. Mods can truly be a beauty to watch and a beauty to play with, if you know how to install them. Which can be pretty easy, or really not fun. So installing mods, of course, depends on the game and on the mod you want, but today I'll be showcasing 3 games that I learned how to mod. From easiest to hardest, we have Risk of Rain 2, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and Grand Theft Auto 5. Man, I almost had 3 games in a row that were 2s. Better luck next time, I guess. Honestly, going into this, I didn't imagine things would be as difficult as they were, but let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, Risk of Rain 2 was by far the easiest. I mean, all you really need to do is download the R2 Modman Risk of Rain 2 mod manager, make a profile, find the mod you want, download it, and run modded. That's it. It's insane how easy that is. It's the only game on our list that uses a mod manager, but games like Skyrim also have mod managers to install mods as well. It's by far the easiest thing you could ever do, at least when it comes to modding. Now, things get complicated as we move on to Xenoverse 2. We don't have a mod manager to do the work for us. It's all YouTube videos and trial and error. Now, with Xenoverse and GTA, we need separate programs to help install the mods, but they each do it somewhat differently, and again, they only do part of the work for us. For example, let's say you want to add a simple skill mod for your created characters to use in Xenoverse 2. You install the mod installer and put certain files in your game directory to allow modding to happen. Download your mod and then install it using the installer, and then bam, you're done. And it's just that simple for skills, costumes, and character mods. However, in Xenoverse 2, there are many options for customizing your characters. but most people really care about adding more hairstyles and eye options. These can't be simply installed. They have to have certain files moved around in order or be added or replaced. And if done incorrectly, yeah, I don't like to talk about it. Now, hairstyles can also be a little wonky with certain custom transformations, so getting it to look right takes a bit of trial and error. But these mods are scary to mess with, as once these files are overwritten, you can't undo it without starting from scratch unless you already have the default files just sitting somewhere, which starting from scratch was something I had to do because I had way too many mods and they started colliding. Certain games can only take so many mods, or certain kinds of mods, before you get slowdowns or the game just has trouble running. And since it won't tell you what mods are causing the problem, you're usually just better off wiping the slate clean, which sucks when you try to reinstall everything, especially when you have hundreds of mods installed. You begin to question your life decisions. Now finally we have GTA, which is kind of like Xenoverse 2, except it kind of requires basic coding in a low-key kind of way. Modding this game requires you to slowly tamper with the game's files, and luckily there's a program that makes that easier, but it requires a bit of work. For example, I've used a Goku Black mod in every game we talked about, and I wanted to use one in GTA as well, and it required a playable model in-game, which is called a peg, and a script mod that allows you to fly around and shoot key blasts. Again, this requires tampering with the game's code, which the modders have done for us, but installing it requires a bit of work. You use one program to drag and drop files and install the data of the script, aka the code of him flying around and stuff, and use another program to install the model itself. Then after a few hotkeys, bang, beep, boop, bop, bang, there he is. Now I sped through a lot of this, but this took hours upon hours to figure out and install correctly. One thing about mods is that the littlest thing can cause the whole thing not to work, and sometimes it takes a while to figure out what that one little thing was. Like, for instance, there was a part where I needed to copy and paste a certain line of code into one of the files, and nothing was working. I didn't know why, and it was because I copy and pasted it not only in the wrong place, but I added an extra space that wasn't supposed to be there. It's the littlest things. One space made the whole code not work. So, finding fine-tuning everything is not the funnest thing in the world. But hey, now that all that's done, we can have some fun. As stated before, these mods can either bring a small change to the overall game or add a completely different gameplay experience. Like for Risk of Rain 2. You can add tons of different characters from the original game or from other games and they all function completely different. My personal favorites being the Goku and Vegeta mods that have all of their signature moves and transformations. You can even relive Hulk Ultimate Destruction from the classic Xbox and PlayStation era in GTA 5 with mods, as well as experience a brand new what-if story of Super Saiyan God Vegito vs. Beerus in Xenoverse 2. New mods are being added every day, and the potential for new ones is insane. Heck, there are tons that I haven't even messed with, or heard of for that matter, and I'm sure if I did, I would be utterly blown away. And that was my journey of modding. It only took me about a month or so. My goodness. But hey, once you get all the hard work out of the way, messing with mods is super fun, and in most cases feels like a completely separate gaming experience. I hope this shed a little bit of light into the amazing modding community and just the many passionate ladies and gentlemen that were able to bring these awesome creations to life. And I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of content. And if you did, please be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see some more classic gaming content. I'm Tylen Thomas, and I'll see you guys next time on next week's video. Take care, and God bless.